Hi, I'm back and I've got an amazing program for you today because I'm going to be talking about Shopify and what's the difference between Shopify, Woocommerce, which is on WordPress, Squarespace, and I think there's Wix as well, and then there are several other ones. But we're going to talk about the main ones that I've discovered that people are talking about online and they want to know the difference. So here's the difference, right? You either have a shopping platform or you have a website platform that has an attachment or an app for a shopping platform, right? So it's really like an attachment to WordPress, where Shopify is a shopping platform. And that's the biggest difference, because remember, when people land on your store, then if everything's there, it's amazing, right? So here is another difference. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Yep. I'm going to share my screen right now. So this is what you can see. All right. So this is WordPress. I mean, this is huge, right? So you can see your posts and your pages. And then WooCommerce is an app that's going to be, and this is just a website that I just want to show you the back end of it. And this is where you can add WooCommerce, and there's going to be another one of these clicks to get into your store, right? So you're coming into your WordPress store, WordPress admin, then you go into your store. And if your business is selling products, and you got to do those orders immediately and every single day, why are you using two platforms, right? Why are you using two things? So here, let me show you, what's it called? Shopify, right? And this is my Shopify account. I just wanted to, because I didn't want to show anybody else's, right? So I've got my website on Shopify because I sell membership, and also I sell some of my courses on here, right? So here, this is Shopify. So this is how easy it is. You immediately see orders. You immediately see your products. You immediately see your discounts, your analytics. Then you go into your settings, and obviously this is what you set up before. So you immediately, it's so easy to use. I don't know why you would use WooCommerce on WordPress. I mean, I rest my case, right? I rest my case. So that's why I prefer to use a shopping platform instead of a website platform and a shopping platform combined, because you can actually do everything in Shopify. So check this out. So now, and mine's back to front, by the way. So now here you've got online. So if you're looking at this here, is your blog posts, your pages. So I've set up all my pages on Shopify. Every single page you see on my website is on Shopify. No other shopping platform, right? And then in the back end, I haven't got it linked, but so if I use my products and everything as a coach, I use my product links to sell my courses and everything, but I give somebody the link, so it's not really available online yet because that's not how I sell. So anyway, so you got all this, you got your navigate. I mean, you've got everything beautifully here, right? You've got your products. You can immediately go in here and have your orders. You have your abandoned checkout. Let's see, abandoned checkout. You can immediately recover your abandoned checkout. I mean, fabulous, right? Fabulous. And here you can actually email your people out of Shopify. So here is the kicker. And this is what I've been telling everybody about why I love Shopify. It is because we have our sales channels. And what I mean by that is check this out. I've only got Facebook. I've got Facebook on here. So you can set up your store where Facebook chats to, where your store chats to Facebook. All your products are online on Facebook. You do it exactly the same with Instagram. Shopify is the only shopping platform that is connected to Instagram right now. They were the first ones, so there might be other ones right now, but I know that they were the first ones to have this service. So you can on Instagram, you can actually tag your products. I mean, isn't that amazing? Okay, so you've got Messenger, but check this out. So you have all your sales channels, Amazon. I've got several people on Amazon that's selling their products straight from their store into Amazon. But here's the trick. You have to know what your products are supposed to look like when they go on Amazon. It's not the same as on website. Okay, that's just a side tip. You've got BuzzFeed. You've got a POS system, right? You've got Kick. You've got Wanaloo. And I think Wanaloo is like for products and stuff. You've got Who's is for furniture and stuff. You got eBay now, and all the time they're adding more stuff. So if I was on the higher platforms, I can activate my wholesale. Shopify is going to be one of the first platforms to integrate on Marketplace on Facebook. Okay, the only platform to do that. They are talking to Facebook right now. So they're implementing it. So that always takes a bit of time, right? So, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about different platforms and, so we're going to talk about Square and Wix as well, Squarespace and Wix. So you can see how confusing WordPress is, and that's why I don't use it, because for me, and I'm a techie, right? I love doing stuff online. When I'm selling stuff, I like it simplified on the side. If you think Shopify is too complicated, then there is obviously Squarespace, which I think is better than Wix. And they both have little commerce things on their in their services. You can integrate it into your website. But again, it's not a shopping platform, so it's not protected like a shopping platform. And it's not as robust as what you would like your shopping platform to be. So if you're selling products and that's your main business, you should be using a robust shopping platform. I mean, there is Woocommerce and there's several others that you can use as well. But people move around. They get disappointed with one shopping platform and they move to another shopping platform because they think it'll be better. Grass is always greener. But I must admit that we have all moved from 3D Card to Shopify. And I discovered Shopify because I needed an overseas store, and nobody else had that integration yet. So they're way ahead. So this is the thing. They are huge. So they are more into development of the shopping platform to make it better all the time. And that's what you want. You want a shopping platform to be big enough to where there's not a hassle when they are upgrading or they adding new services or then adding new stuff to the shopping platform. So, and as I said, there's literally a handful of shopping platforms that are around, and it's not Woocommerce. And I hate to say this, and people will probably vilify me for this, because I hate to say this. You don't use a website platform and add your shopping platform to it. You should be using a shopping platform, and then the website aspect is added inside the shopping platform. You don't have to go anywhere else. So why do it, right? So why do it? So and again, if you're looking at let's look at it again. If you're looking at WordPress again, right? So if the WooCommerce, I mean, you have the same thing. You have your pages, you have your posts, which is your blog post, right? Your comments, you've got your forms, but most of the stuff that you have to do on WordPress are apps. So everything you're adding is a widget or an app. It's not integrated into the system because obviously WordPress is so huge they can't be everything to everybody. So they have a lot of, and it started out free, right? So they have a lot of people that develop these apps, and that's what you have to add into. your SEO, for instance. So let me show you the SEO. So here the SEO is Yoast. I've added Yoast on this one. And so Yoast is where your SEO is your search engine optimization. And then, so Yoast is an app, so it's added to your website. Check this out. So if in Shopify, okay, and I love Shopify, by the way, you guys know it. I love it because it's so easy to use. So in Shopify, say for instance, I'm in my products. Every single page has its own SEO that you can work on, right? So if you're adding your products, right? You boom, 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 boom. Here you go. And this is, so you can sell digital and physical products on Shopify, by the way. So here is your SEO, right? So this description, it normally grabs from here, but it grabs the descriptions. You can change all this stuff to make it even better for SEO for Google and Bing or whatever's out there that needs the SEO done with. But it's on every single page. You can individualize and improve your shopping cart. Then, to your pages, all your information you have about your shopping cart. And, as I said, the sales channels that you do use apps. I must also say you do use apps because Shopify cannot be everything to everybody. Most of the apps are wonderful, and I normally only use apps that have got lots of really good reviews, and I've tested them. Obviously, I've tested them. So I use a lot of the apps constantly with most of my customers, and we always discover new ones because my customers are very adventurous now and again, and they test stuff out, right? And then we take it out because maybe it'll mess up the back end. But so you've got to use the apps that really complement your store. And that's also a cool thing, right? Because they have so many thousands of apps that you can use for your store. So as you're growing, you can add more functionality to your store. You can do that in WordPress as well. I admit, right? You can have as many apps as you want to. But in WordPress, everything is practically an app. Right? There's nothing that's not inherent or intuitive in the platform. This is just a shopping platform. So if you are selling products, digital or physical products, I would recommend using a shopping platform. And I just like Shopify because that's what I transferred to, and I absolutely love the customer service is amazing, and one would think I'd make money out of this stuff, right? Customer service is amazing, and they're up in Canada, and the Canadians are wonderful. And then you have the customer service, and the platform is easy to use, very reasonably priced, right? Very, very reasonably priced, so easy to build for optimization and simple maintenance. It's so easy to maintain. And then, so here's a tip as well. So if somebody sets up your Shopify store, do not let them do not let them bastardize other templates to create your templates, because it really makes a mess of the back end, and you will be penalized by Google because there's so much bloody coding that it really slows everything down. Because if you use a template that these guys, if you use a template that these guys are selling a lot of, that they're improving these templates a lot. I use out of the sandbox most of the time, right? I would say 90% of the time. I've discovered a new one that I'm testing out, but out of the sandbox, and these guys are on the ball. They're improving the template all the time, and that's what you're looking for, is somebody that's improving their templates all the time. And that's the thing with Shopify, is that it's a product, and it's with people that you can talk to. You do talk to in WordPress. You talk to somebody who's designing your website, right? I'm just saying, right? So yeah, and you've got the analytics on here as well, as how much you're selling, where you're selling, Okay, I haven't made sales. I haven't made sales, but you know, who's it coming from? You know, what's your conversion funnel? All the stuff that you need to know is right here, and it's not an app. It's just in Shopify. No apps, right? Okay, so and you know, I was dying to give this little workshop only because I've had so many questions about, or people going, oh, just put it on Woocommerce, and people are starting out. You can't start out on Woocommerce. I'm sorry, that's not where you start out. If you want to just start out, then probably use Squarespace. It's very, very, very easy to set up. You put your, I mean, nothing's that easy, right? But you can easily, you know, you have a template, you can easily pop stuff in there, and there's also a learning curve. With whatever you're doing, it's a learning curve. And it's a beginner store. So you can really start as a beginner store in Squarespace. But if you want to start, and you know what? You can pay the same amount of money for Shopify as for Squarespace. So why not start in Shopify and start with a good foundation? Why would you start with something that is not going to hold up when your business grows, rather than start with something that you know is going to be with you for years and you can get to know, and you don't have to learn again. You don't have to transfer anything. You don't have to start anything again. Start out with a good foundation, right? Because if you don't do that, and I've moved people from other stores and WooCommerce and Magento. Magento is really out of our range because that's really the big guys. And Shopify is one of the big guys too. So Magento and Shopify on the top end, Shopify Plus are comparable. But you know, so why start out with something that is, because you're quibbling about maybe $1 or $2, and I think it's the same price. It's the same price. If you're using Squarespace Commerce, same price, same exact price, and you do not have the sales channels. I mean, just the sales channels, guys. The sales channels are something that you can use to sell your products on different platforms. Etsy is not integrated because Etsy is very, 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 they're like Apple, you know, they don't like sharing. So that's not integrated yet, but you know what? It might come. These guys, since I've started with Shopify, these guys have implemented Facebook, have Pinterest, right? You can have your products on Pinterest with a buy button. Again, I have not investigated other shopping platforms, but Shopify were the first ones to have buy buttons on Pinterest. And obviously you've got to connect to your Pinterest account. And then what else was there? Pinterest, Amazon. You can connect to Google Shopping, Google Merchant account. You can connect to Walmart. Walmart is an app, but you can also connect to Walmart, online Walmart, which is a couple of hoops you have to jump through. But you know, just start on something that is worth your time and effort to get to know, and it really isn't that hard. I'm actually launching a 5-day boot camp. 5-day boot camp is setting up Shopify store. So if you're interested, let me know below. And I've got it on my page, but the dates are not right. We're starting it on the 17th of September. We've moved the dates again because we're starting a new boot camp. So if you're interested, just let me know below, and I'll make sure that you get plugged into it. And we just changed the date today, so it's not ready. But I'm going to take you step for step through every aspect of Shopify and how to set it up on Shopify, including all this other stuff and the back end that you have to have. And this is another thing. So now they've started with a different, it used to be under checkout. They've got legal by itself, right? So they actually have pages, legal pages that you can create, and you just pop it in there. Automatically, it creates a page for you. I've already done my pages. I don't want to change them again. So they, as I said, they're adding stuff all the time. And then here in payments, I mean, you don't have to worry about a merchant account or whatever. Shopify payments is a very good rates, the same as any other small store that you're going to start. Only when you're starting to sell more that you'll get better rates, right? That's the case with any merchant that you'll be on. And then you can do PayPal, right? And okay, here's the other cool part. I forgot about this. Activate Amazon Pay. So people can be on your website and click into a product and pay with their Amazon account, guys. That is huge. Because remember who they trust, right? They trust Amazon. They don't trust us yet. So they can actually activate the Amazon Pay. I keep forgetting about that. And then if you're overseas, you've got all sorts of weird and wonderful ways you can actually add this. Obviously, in America, we have all the good stuff. You have your cash on delivery, bank deposits, and money orders. And then, so you can actually set this whole thing up on the back. This is the back end, right? All your taxes, your shipping, and everything like that. All I can say, guys, it is an amazing platform. It is wonderful to use. It's very easy to use. I know it's confusing in the beginning, but you have to start from somewhere, right? You have to start from somewhere. And in any platform, in any software that you learn anew, it takes a little bit of time to get to know it. So be patient. And Shopify have got really, really good support and videos on YouTube to follow if you don't not coming into my 5-day setting up your Shopify store, but really good support online and YouTube of anything that you can think of that you have a question about. And then again, the support is fantastic. I call the support because there's sometimes things go wrong and you go, what? Okay. And you know what? It's a great tool. And so if you want to grow your own brand and your own business, I would say, if you're moving out of Etsy or anything like that, Shopify is really easy to use. It's not integrated with Etsy. You still have to do your Etsy stuff separately, which is, I know it's a pain. And if you're really selling on Etsy, well, don't give up Etsy. If you're selling on eBay, you can connect to eBay and just do everything through Shopify. But don't give up anything that's doing really well just to go on your own website. That'll kill you, right? Okay. So anyway, so I didn't even make half an hour today because it was only two platforms. Actually, maybe I can show you. Let me show you Squarespace if you haven't seen Squarespace, because it's just one more thing you have to look at. But let me show you Squarespace. I'm just setting up. This is not an e-commerce store. This is just a normal website. They're not selling any products. They're just selling services. So you can see here. You have your pages. Right? All your pages you can set up, and then you have obviously your design, your customization, and then you have your commerce. So you can add your commerce. You have to pay for it to add your commerce, but you have your orders and inventory. So it's a very rudimentary way to. It's a premium feature, so I don't want to activate this. Way to run your store. So if you're not selling a lot, this might be the answer if Shopify is too confusing. But believe me, once you get to know Shopify and set it up and everything, it's so easy. And they have analytics as well, traffic sources and keyword searches and all that cool stuff as well, So I like Squarespace. I'm instead of using WordPress, I'm setting up, my daughter-in-law sets up the websites. On Squarespace, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. As I said, there's nothing to it. But so anyway, I hope this helped today. I know there's so many people that were the difference between they were asking about Shopify and WordPress, Woocommerce. This is the difference, right? This is the difference. Thank you very much for listening. And I'll be back on Monday, probably, or Thursday for a workshop. I need to do one workshop live, free on a week. But I'll see you next Thursday, and we will be talking about something that I think is very important to know. Bye, and have a absolutely marvelous weekend, and I hope you're going to be back. Bye.